Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome everyone, and good night, I guess. Welcome everyone to another first flight video. Today, doing something a little different. I don't do a lot of freeware, but really been bit by the glider bug again in this sim, and with it coming up shortly, be fully supported, I decided to check out a couple of freeware gliders. They both seem to be pretty good. We're going to start by the one that's self-powered. The other one doesn't have a way to get it in the air, so you have to just pull it up and hope for the best. But to start off, we're going to do the AS-33ME. Both aircraft are linked down in the description, so if you like it, feel free to download them and use them. Like I say, I've been soaring every Sunday. Will be this Sunday, and if you're looking for a free glider to come join, here's a couple of them. So let's get in. Yeah, typical glider beeps like mad. This one has, I don't want the pilot in there. Kick him out of there. There we go. This one is the AS-33ME. This has its own internal engine, little battery. Real quick, you got the trim, gear. You got to dump your ballast before landing, like most gliders. Pretty basic. It does have a tow release, which will be coming out in the others. Now this is where it gets a little weird. This one has the flaps and dive brakes are all in the same. So I can control the dive brakes separately, but there's also the flaps. Multi-levels of the flaps, and it uses like a flapper-on. Combination flap and aileron until it's all the way down. I cheated. I watched a video on this one before actually flying it. So I'm sure with a bird, you're not going to need any flaps on takeoff. But it's got full. They said the only way to get it to land is dump all your ballast, drop the flaps to full, dive brakes on full, and it'll finally come down. We're going to pop our engine out to start with. Right here, extend. It's got a little graphic that should tell you all about it. That's extending or not. Where's my little graphic? Come on. It had a little graphic on it. Okay, maybe it's not going to extend for me. Alrighty. What am I doing wrong? Oh, help to turn the master power on. That would help. Now extend. There's the gauge. If we go out. There we go. That'll work. This is great when you don't have a tow plane or a cable. Got its own little power supply. I'm not sure if the throttles work off this lever, if the regular throttle control works. Yes, it's still got the same beep as all the others, which is annoying, but when you're sitting still. Just want to look over everything real quick. Alright, let's give this bird hell and get it in the air and see what it does. I'm not going to run the regular. The prop come up to speed, and then the wings will level off. The wings take a minute, I guess, from what I've heard. Shouldn't take much. There we go. Come on, wings, get nice and level. It only takes about 65 knots to fly, but I don't have any flaps on, so yep, gear down. We're going to put the gear up. Yeah, that beep is going to keep going until we either run out of power. When you see our battery use down here, it's not long, but if we can get up about 2,000 feet, we'll let go, and we're not going to do our normal fly around and stall and everything. Put my nose down so we don't stall. We're just going to see this is a simple glider flight. It's got your wind indicator, which is handy. There's your ballast dumps. And it's funny, they made these new gliders so super light that to fly you have to put weight in them. That's how crazy efficient they made these things. Not doing too bad. All the gauges can switch from feet, metric. If you want to switch. Oh, I pushed the wrong button on that one. Oh. There's ways to set them, and I haven't played with it yet. I made a mess. That figures. Go back to return. I like the dark gauges. Ah, there we go. Speed units. We'll go back to knots. We don't want kilometers on there. Oh, these are nice gauges, I'll tell you. They're fully settable. Airspeed units. Knots. These really are nice gauges. And they said they're all settable too. Not that, but they're all ones they made themselves. Like this is, you can put a artificial, oh, that's not all that I wanted. Center on the plane, there's, you can do a thermal map or artificial horizon or off. Those are all gauges they made themselves. Pretty good, pretty darn good for a freeware version. We'll pull back so we can actually see. And let's go ahead and shut the motor off now. I think we got enough altitude to play around for a bit. And we store the before we start gliding. We have to wait for the brake to set on the prop. We have to wait for the prop to get to zero, and it's got a brake that sets it completely vertical. And once it's there, then we can retract it. And of course, we have nothing but downdrafts here. And the wind's out of that way. Probably get some ridge lift today, but we're just going to do a quick circle around the airport. I don't know, we may not even make it back to the airport at this rate. But yeah, we still have 3/4 of the power left in the motor, so. Laps are 0. Oh, and a little lift. It'll actually, if you pull your flaps all the way down, it also applies to the brake. You can use the regular brakes like on your rudder pedals too, but I was going to say there shouldn't be any lift over the lake. Now we're going to get lift over the water. Looks kind of freaky with nobody in it. We're spinning around out here. I'll put the pilot back on. Just looks so bad. There we go. Let's take a look at it. Nice, smooth, flexible wing. It doesn't seem to be in pieces like some of them. It's a nice looking bird. Comes with a couple of liveries. That's where the gear comes out. All in all, for free, you can't go wrong. This one's nice. Absolutely nice bird. So you can't get any kind of anything going on. It can do 160 in a dive with no issues. That's nice to know. Get some speed built up. Let's see what we can do with this glider. One thing gliders do is they do loops. They're going to stall up top. Yep. They do loops very well. I didn't quite have enough airspeed on that one, but that's okay. It got over the top. It's not hitting any lift around here. I'm on live weather. There's not a lot of wind out today. Oh, I probably should have put it on gliding weather, but it's all good. This thing has an incredible cross range, but as we're coming up here to get ready to land, I'm gonna see how this works. We're gonna dump the ballast, and it's supposed to have, oops. Now I start getting little bits of lift. These are your gauges for your ballast. When they're green, they're empty. Did I shut them all on, or did I just put them all off? Dump, dump, dump. I think up is dump. No, down is dump. Down, down, down. Okay. There we go. Now we're dumping. I don't know if it's animated. Oh, it is animated. Look at that. Pretty good for, like I said, pretty good for a freeware. There must be a group flying up here. There's never this many people up here. Must be somebody online flying over from Vermont area. Somebody was probably streaming. I can hear a prop somewhere. That's not mine. No, but there must be a group. Like I said, there must be a group somewhere. That looks cool. Do some crop dusting. Nope, get my nose down so we don't stall. Alright, the tail tank's empty. There's no lift out here today at all. Like none. I haven't even found any turbulence. I love the map on this. This is great. This really is. This is almost better than the Discus, if not better than the Discus in certain ways. If it just had the tow plane hookup and the winch cable of the Discus, it'd be perfect. And again, it does have its own little prop. There's no wind out here at all. There, finally, one little bit of lift right there. Oh, finally? Get ready to land. I finally find something, so I'm dumping my ballast out. I've never seen this many people up in this part of the world flying. There's somebody down the runway in Lake Placid here. Oh, it's Icarus. There he is. Almost done dumping the ballast. I'm going to land and switch over to the other glider. The other glider is an old-fashioned two-seat wooden canvas with some steel and ball trainer. Be a neat one to fly. The first glider I ever flew in was an old Blanik, which was a two-seat metal trainer with almost forward swept wings on it. Okay, ballast tanks are empty. Let's go ahead and start putting some flaps in. Now let's shut the tanks off here. Get the gear out. Oh, that sounded awful. Get some flaps. If I'm not mistaken, the flaps are separate from the dive brakes. Yes, they are. Pretty much with everything open, this thing still doesn't want to go down. Okay, we're at maximum. Okay, it wants to go down too much now. I don't think you need the full dive brakes with the flaps. Maybe I will have to put them out a little. I do recommend if you have an extra throttle quadrant or doing your glider setup with the throttle, using one of your sliders for your dive brakes. Even if you don't have an extra one, do a control setup. Oh, a little crosswind, yeah. Oh, we're gonna hit the sign. Not too shabby. I like it. I like it a lot. The graphics are all well done. Even the pilot's animated. What the hell? They do a good job with it. So they did a very good job with it. Now let's check out the other one real quick. So let me jump out. Time to check out, see how this other one does. The other one is the K7 Alexander Schleicher. K7, there is no other liveries. You can add some extra weight, ballast. This doesn't have water ballast like the other one does, because it's old and heavy, unlike the old ones. Unfortunately, this one has no way in the air yet. Sorry, I could drink there. But this one has no way to get in the air by itself, so we're just going to slew up and let go and hope for the best. It does have dive brakes. That's about all it has. It has real simple gauges, because I have checked this one out already. I haven't flown it, but I did cheat and check it out. And like the other one, I watched the video on the other one. Let's get down here. Oh, you're going to tip over. Alright, let's take a quick look around from the outside here. It looks like canvas over metal and wood. Typical release on the front. Got the string on the tube right there. The wing doesn't quite hit the ground, but that's right. It doesn't need to. Very typical in these that they sit nose heavy. That's why they have the big skid on the front. The wheel's pretty much there so you can pull it around. Actually, a lot of the older ones didn't even have the wheel. You skidded them everywhere. And that's the outside. The inside, take a quick look around. The canopy, tow release, speed brake, elevator trim. The book doesn't do anything. ATC, batteries on, radio's off. Yeah, I don't want to talk to anybody. Canopy opens. You have a little extra one that opens up in the back because this is a two-seater. All steel frame in the center and wood in the wings. I think it's metal. I know it's metal. I think it's aluminum and steel for all things. Like I said, this one has no way to get in the air. until tow planes are implemented or whatever. This one has no way to get in the air, so we're just going to cheat. Here's Mr. Icarus. We're going to do the, let's see, we're going to give ourselves a couple thousand feet here. That should do it. That's higher than I got with the other one. Oh, God, they don't like it when you do that. They do not like it when you do that. Hey, pretty quiet. Anybody that's new to gliding and wants a little trick when you're landing with that string, or taking off for that matter, if you're trying to follow a tow plane for that matter, the silly little red string, the easiest things to remember is push whatever foot down the string is pointing towards. That's literally the easiest thing in the world to remember. If that string points a little to the right, give it a little right rudder. Points a little left, give it a little left rudder. That's all that string does. It just shows you that and makes life so much easier. I don't think I'm going to pull a loop in this one. This one's a little bit, well, it might. I know the modern ones you can, but I don't know about these older ones. But no beeps. It does have a gauge, so you can see your lift. Right here you can see whether going up or down. Same here. But it doesn't. This one doesn't beep. So this is a nice quiet glider. If you're looking for one to fly along with, it doesn't beep constantly. It's a good option. I already know there's nothing but downdrafts around here. So no sense even hanging out. I'm just going to spin around here a little bit. Head out over the club golf course. Down to the river road. So like I said, if anybody's looking to fly along with me on Sundays, gliding, these two are free. They work very well. They don't crash the desktop. They are smooth, easy to fly. So if anybody wants to come along and fly along, here's a couple of options to get you there. Also, the Discus 12C has, or 2C, 12C, 2C does have a freeware version as well. That does have the launch, but not the tow plane, and not as many liveries, and a couple other features are missing in it, but it's still flyable, very flyable. So here's a couple of very, very good options for you to jump in and fly along. Already circling around the golf course. It's funny when you fly somewhere where you've flown in real life. And I would have never thought that landmarks and stuff would be so real in the simulator that I'd know exactly where I was. Would have never thought, you know, even 3 or 4 years ago that I could fly anywhere in the world, but if I flew around home, that I'd know where everything is. I'd recognize every landmark. The fact they're all in there. The Bob Run is in there. Specific golf courses, specific houses. I am kind of bummed that nobody's fixed this up the rest of the way. I'd like to see the real arena there. I'd like to see the real full Bob Run there, and I'd like to see the ski jumps there. So, Sobo, if you're listening, how about some love for this area? Let's fix the airport and get rid of all those tents, or all those big giant buildings, which are actually tents for the horse show. Let's get the ski jumps over there on that hill that's right dead in front of me. Let's get them in there. Or anybody that makes add-ons, same thing. It'd be nice to have. How are we doing on speed? Oh yeah, we're carrying a pretty good bit of speed. Let's see what the air brakes sound like. Oh yeah, they make noise. They both fly very well. They're good aircraft. And hey, can't beat the price. Absolutely free. Actually, you should have a little thing right here. If you look right there, there's a giant swimming pool where they do the aerials, where they flip up in the air. They come down the jumps off the ramp, flip up in the air. So they do the aerial training there and there. And then they have there's a 120 meter and 100 meter season. Now it used to be 90 and whatever, 70 and 90. Now it's 120, I think. It's the big one. 120 and 90. Man, I pushed a lot of gliders around back here. All at this end of the airport. Helped put them together. That's why there's tire tracks all the way out there. Literally, that's why those tire tracks are there. Because the gliders go out there every fall. And usually in the spring, a couple times too. Matter of fact, they'll be up there soon. I should go up and see when they're going to be there again. Or if they're still coming. And go up and try to get some photographs, some video. Oh, it stops quick because it hits on that skid. Oop. Thunk. Well, that is it. That is the, I'm sure I'm Schleicher K7 and the AS33ME. So if you're looking for a couple of gliders that are freeware, so I don't normally do the freeware, but these two are a lot of fun. They work well. And if you want to come gliding, you're more than welcome to come along every Sunday, 10 o'clock Eastern Time, US. You're more than welcome to come fly along. And we'll hope to see you all there. I hope everyone has a good day and take care of yourself. And I keep hitting the wrong button, so I have to keep talking. All right, everyone.